What up? What up? It's the Folio Games here with
Cameron Siegel.
Cameron Siegel from Dallas
Dallas,
Designers Group
Texas. Yep.
and Dallas Designers Group.
Right. DDG.
And
Good
DDG.
old DDG.
Good old DDG. Yeah, I played some. I used to play test some of his games, and it's been a while, but here we go again on Tabletop Simulator. So tell us about the game, Cameron.
So this is Soul Zero. It's an abstract strategy game set in space, and it's very, very, very fun.
Very
That's what I've
fun.
been told.
Cool. Yeah, I can attest to his games being fun. I know I've played at least one fun one back in the gap. But all right, yeah. So I haven't played before, so I guess we'll get the whole rundown right here.
Yes, sir. So in this game, you will be taking the again. This is an abstract game. But this is set place a few million years after the Big Bang, when all matter in the universe is just kind of scattered everywhere, and each of us is going to be playing one of the first galaxies, if you will, that formed in the universe. And as we grow our galaxies, we're going to be trying to expand and control most of the space. And we're just trying to be the biggest galaxy, or the nebula, if you will, in the night sky. When somebody looks up to the night sky and they say, "Oh, hey, what's that?" You want to make sure that your galaxy is what they see. So
Cool.
that's the general rundown. And the way that it will play out is one player is going to take the red side. That's going to go first, and then two is going to take the blue side. And from there, we're going to be following a sequence of cards right here. If you want to look at that reference, just so you can have that on the screen. And for Tabletop Simulator, we'll go into a little bit here. There should be a circle that you can click, either the blue or the red one, and that is how you'll take your seat. So if you want to go first, go ahead and select the red circle here. If you want to go second, go ahead and select the blue circle.
I'll go with the blue.
All right. Let me go ahead and switch over to red.
Uh,
Okay. So still working on the reference cards. There might be a few more. This is a game that will have modularity in mind. The modular sets right now are this yellow bag, this orange bag right here, and this green deck of cards. So for this game, we'll see how it plays out with two of the modular sets. We're going to play with the Nexus deck and the Ancients bag, and we'll get into those later on. But how this game plays out is we're going to have cards in our hand, and I will show you what I've got here. So we each have the same 7 cards in our starting deck. Okay. All right. These are just polyominoes. So the just standard 7 polyominoes that exist in most games that have pattern building and stuff like that. And we're going to pick one of these 2 cards at the start of the turn to build. Right. These are constellation cards. All right. So we'll start here. There is one more thing that we have to do before that, but this is the more complex. So we'll get into how this works. So this is actually the second thing you're going to do on the turn. So let's say I want to build out, and I'm just going to pick a random card. What I'll do is I'll take these 4 systems that are right here in front of me. This is my tableau, right? And I'm going to use these and put them in any order that I want, as long as I build out this pattern, okay? And the way that you build out a pattern is you take one and you place it anywhere within one space of your core, okay? And it has to be either orthogonal or diagonal, but it has to be connected to your core, or a system that can connect back to your core.
okay. I haven't used. I actually haven't used TTS in so long, but I'm trying to figure out how you look at the turn sequence card.
So if you hover your hand over and press Alt, you will maximize it, and then on your wheel, if you scroll up on your mouse wheel, you'll expand the image, make it bigger.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Carry on.
Rules are pretty simple, but yeah. So we'll get into that first step. I just wanted to break down the second one here. So let's just say this is the move that I made. Right? I would do something like this. Okay, I'm just building that T shape. The pattern or the order of these tiles that I placed down are entirely based off of whatever your strategy is. These systems do have a power, and if you hover over them, it'll a little pop-up will appear, and it'll tell you what they do. So, like, if you just hover your cursor over one of these, well, not the 4. The 4 doesn't do anything, but the 0 or the 2 or the 1, it will show you what that ability does. But it is also on the back of the reference card. And in order to see the back of a card, all you have to do is hover over your mouse and press F, and you'll flip the card over, but it's flipped an object, right? So you can also do the same for these systems too.
Okay. So the objects have dual use, dual sides?
Yep. Yeah, so in the in Tabletop Simulator, this is pretty heavily scripted, so these will all come out with the non-asteroid side face up. And, in the physical format, you'll be drawing them from the bag, and there's an extra rule where you just have to make sure that the asteroid side is face down. And that's it. So that's pretty much the rundown of that, and we'll go back now to start of the turn. So you have 5 cards right here that are going to be in front of you. These are the same. This is known information. So majority of this game is known information with just a little bit of hidden information as to what players have in their hands. And obviously there's some randomness in what players are going to draw, because at the end of my turn, let's say I played that card and this is going to be my first, I'll end my turn and you'll draw 4 new systems for your bag, or up to 4, and then you'll draw a card until you have 2 cards in your hand. So the maximum hand size is 2, and the maximum tableau size is 4. All right, all makes sense so far?
Maximum tableau size of chits, of tokens?
4 tokens, yes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And then these 5 cards those are just your actions you can take again?
Yeah, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 1 in tokens right here. All right, and I'm just going to randomly place one right here, something that's not going to impact anything. These are each actions that you can do, and they scale with the number of Aether that are already on it. So first, you're going to take 1 of your Aether, and you're just going to place it down, and let's say you do something like that. If you hover over these cards, it'll tell you what they do. I'm still working on the reference card for these, so I apologize for that. But yeah, all you got to do is hover over it, and then it'll tell you what the cards does, and I'll also explain real quick. So we'll start from left to right. So this is Barrage. We've kind of alluded to these asteroid things here, and throughout the game, we're going to be capturing each other's pieces and potentially breaking some chains back to the core. So something like this. So if ever you have one of your systems out on the board that cannot or does not connect back to your core, it will turn into an asteroid. And when that happens, if you take this action, Barrage, you can shoot that asteroid into just a straight line, right? You can either go orthogonal or you can go diagonal, all right? And like I said, these do scale. So let's say you already had one here, right? Or let's say you did that and then you shot this one over here, and then on your next turn you want to shoot again. This will be compounded, right? So you actually get to do it twice. You can either shoot 2 asteroids or you can shoot 1 asteroid twice.
Cool.
Right, and we'll get into the nuance of that. We don't have to explain everything here, but that's the general nuance. You can shoot your asteroids into mine, and when you do that, you will you'll destroy whatever system it is that you're hitting, as long as the value of your asteroid is greater than the value of the system or asteroid that I have. Right, so a 3 will not destroy a 3, but a 3 will destroy a 0, or a 3 will destroy a 2.
Okay.
Right? And when you destroy something in this game, it gets set off to the side of the board because you can destroy multiple things. Let's say it was something like this. And you just, went straight through there and got rid of all of these. We're going to go into the one of the 2 win conditions of the game, which is at the end of the game, whoever has the most points will be the victor. Right? The other win condition is whoever destroys the other player's core will also immediately win, no matter how many points the other player had. All right?
Okay.
So when you destroy something, you just remove everything that you destroyed, put it off to the side, and then you, the person that destroyed the systems, will pick which of these 3 that you want to score. Obviously, you probably want to score the one that has the most points, and then you'll give the rest back to me, and I'll put them back in my bag, and then we continue playing. All right? Now, the game will naturally end when a player goes to draw systems out of their bag, and they cannot. All right? If they go to draw and they can't, the game immediately ends, and at that point, whoever has the most points will win. And there are tiebreakers, but if we need to, we'll cross that bridge. So, go ahead and reset some things here.
And how many tiles are in the bag?
You got 30 tiles in the bag.
Okay. Man, again, I hate this tabletop simulator, but like if you get it in a stupid kind of view, how do you get back to a good overhead view or like a good view in general?
So, are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about. What do you mean by a view?
Like if you're stuck at a stupid angle, how do you get back to a good overhead angle?
Oh, gotcha. So, if you hold right click down, you'll be able to move the camera, and then just move your mouse. You'll be able to move the camera.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just write that down if you don't mind. Do you ever use Tabletop Playground or any of those?
I have access to it, and I've been sleeping on getting everything uploaded. But I plan on getting everything uploaded. It's just one thing at a time.
Oh yeah.
Have you used it?
No, nope. I mean, not at all. But just TTS, I just complain though. But you've heard though, it's kind of easier to use, or
it's once you understand it and you get through the meatier parts of it. Yes, it's a lot easier to upload stuff. I don't know if it's easier to use. It's definitely got a more professional UI than Tabletop Simulator does, but that also can kind of make it a little intimidating to someone that doesn't normally upload, stuff like that. It looked like a lot of, I don't know if you've seen what Blender uses for their UI, but it kind of looked like that. There's just a lot of toggles and switches that you can make. And there's a lot of stuff that ultimately make it easier to upload stuff to Tabletop Playground, but it is a lot to absorb. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the look of Blender at all either, so, yeah. I don't know.
So, yeah, that's kind of why I'm still here. It's like, I don't mind it, but, like, man, that's just a lot of stuff. Okay. I just want to, I know how TTS works. I can upload stuff pretty quickly, see how it did.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, I guess. Ready to start.
Yeah, we can keep going. So, like I said, these if you just hover over the cards, it'll tell you what they do. If you need me to explain, I can. But yeah, all you got to do is just pick one of your Aethers, select one of these abilities. Briefly, this one right here is Empower. So when you it increases the power of the first system that you place down by X, and X is equal to however many Aether are on the card when you activate it. Right. So the first time you put it down, it'd be 1. The second time you put 1 down, if there's already 1 on there, it'd be 2. And that's the same for every single card, every single core ability that's here. The Gather ability, you just you draw X systems from either your blue bag here, your player bag, or the Ancient's bag, and you pick one of those systems and you place it just like you normally would. Normal placement rules, so it would have to go either adjacent to your core or adjacent to any of your player systems here. And then the rest go back to their respective bag. And then research is similar to that, but instead of drawing from the bag, you're just drawing either you're drawing X cards from your player deck or the Nexus deck, picking one, adding that to your hand, and then putting the rest on the bottom. All right, and then this one's also pretty easy. It's just cycling card systems out. So if there's a system here you don't want to use, like maybe you don't want this for just yet because you want to be able to use it later to capture a piece, then you can just put an Aether here, set this 4 aside, draw a new system, and then put that 4 back in the bag. And that's just a way that you can kind of fix whatever is in your tableau, kind of handle the RNG, if you will. And that's pretty much it.
Nice.
So with that, all you got to do is pick which one you want, and pick one of the cards that are in your hand, build out that pattern, and we'll just keep going.
Okay, so you've already done your first turn, basically.
Yeah. So this is just going to be my first turn. And each of these abilities, each of these systems do have a ability, which is right here. I do have the reference card, thank God.
Okay.
And it tells you kind of what they do. It's really just 0, 1, 2, and 3 that have abilities. 4 is just a big number.
Okay.
So questions, just let me know.
Huh. So explain Stardust.
So the way Stardust work is they pretty much just act as if they're in your tableau. So when you go to make another pattern, you can use the Stardust that are already on the table as part of that pattern. And that's one of the ways that you can set up an asteroid, right? So like on a future turn, let's say I had this 2 here, and then I wanted to build something out over here. So I move these and I build something out over here. And when I end my turn, because I have a system that does not connect back to my core, it'll turn into an asteroid. So that's one of the ways that you can set up asteroids. So then later on, you can just shoot them at your opponent, and they do become pretty strong. These are one of the win conditions of the game.
Okay. And asteroids only really relate to barrage.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so as soon as you use one of these polyominoes or whatever, then you'll draw another one?
Yep, it'll go to your discard pile, so just go right here. It's scripted, so as the game progresses, once you're done with your turn, all you got to do is hit end turn. It'll automatically draw your card and refill your tableau. So
cool. Kind of trying to get familiar with the systems. Okay.
So I guess what we could do for this run of the game, we can keep it to just the base game, right? So no modular set, so we don't have to worry about adding any extra complexity to the game. We'll keep this as a tutorial.
Okay. Well, I mean, what does the modular stuff add, though?
It just adds more variability, more, extra stuff, right? So, like, the Ancients bag are a mixture of mainly buffs for both of us. So, it'll add things that, like this one right here, if this is on the board, then all of our systems get +1 that are already active. So it makes them harder to destroy, right? And it's just stuff like that. There's one that gives us an extra card every turn, so we draw 2 cards instead of 1. There's one that gives us extra systems, so we have 5 instead of 4. There's a lot of cool stuff, but then there's some RNG that can kind of flip that whole mechanic on its head. This one, I've been told, it needs to be part of the base game, although, I haven't play tested it enough to know. But, it adds extra abilities or oddly shaped patterns. So these are non-polyominoes, so stuff like that, where a lot of these will have diagonals, so these are actually stronger in the game, because even though you can build diagonally or orthogonally in this game, it's still kind of a grid-based system. So being able to go diagonally with a pattern, which none of our starting decks have any kind of diagonal movements like this, which the majority of the cards are diagonals, that makes them very strong because you can kind of weave in and out, specifically trying to hunt down these 2s, for example. So, and this game still is, it's still being iterated upon. I would say it's about 95% complete.
Okay, nice. All right, so, man, choosing one of these actions, basically which one is the... Okay, so I'm going to play one of these polyomino cards.
This one right here lets you draw a card. I mean, that's a safe bet. Like, if you just wanted to just draw a card, there you go, right?
All right, yeah, let's go for that one.
Yeah. that one would let you draw a system just for free. So yeah, nothing, no harm in that. So.
Okay, so getting rid of one of these 2 cards though.
So you'll pick one. Well, first, because you went here, because you're researching, you just draw a card. Now, I'm gonna let you decide if you want to add the Nexus deck into that. Because if you do, that yeah, you just draw a card from there, and
okay,
whatever you get, you get. There you go.
All right. So did that.
Now, because the way that it's worded, you don't have to place anything on the bottom because you only drew 1 card. So you always get to keep 1 card, no matter what. So now you go into step 2, which is you're just revealing a constellation from your hand, which is anything that has patterns on it, right? And then just use the systems you have in your tableau to build them out.
Okay, man. I mean, have you thought of just having like 2 player reference cards instead of just the flipping thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you have mine. It's just a matter of manufacturing.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm gonna let you have those 2 because I already know.
Oh yeah.
I actually did think about making just a bigger card. It's just I've used the software that I use is Nandeck, which is cool, but it's rigid. So
yeah, you got to put everything in the stupid spreadsheet,
yeah,
right?
Everything in a spreadsheet, and it's very rigid. I have access to some software called Affinity, which is like a competitor to Photoshop that I'm likely going to dig it to specifically to make a better player aid, if you will.
Okay, that was $21 a month, or?
No, that's actually a flat fee, and I got it on discount. So they had a sale. It's like $50. They have 4 or 5 different softwares you can purchase. One's for designing cards, one's for publishing, one's for like I think more like art manipulation, right?
Okay.
But yeah, it was like normally it's $50 a one-time $50 fee, but it was on sale for like $25. So I picked up 3 of their products for $75.
Nice. Okay. PC only, naturally, right?
Actually, I don't. I mean, you mean Windows?
Yeah.
Or do you mean for a phone?
Windows. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I'll look it up real quick.
Okay. Reveal a constellation from your hand, then use systems from your tableau to build a pattern. Okay. Cool. Right. Constellation from your hand.
Oh, looks like the price has gone down even more. Now it's only $20. And I got ripped off.
Dang.
It's fine.
Could save $15.
Oh wait, working on iPad. Okay, no, I'm sorry. They have installations for iPad, I guess, and if you get them on iPad, it's $20. But normally they're $55 now. So the price has gone up.
Okay. Okay, dang. All right, so you start the game with one system with the core on the board. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. In that case. In that case, I think I'll take that one back and go for this one.
There you go.
This is one of those games you gotta kind of.
Yeah, you gotta. The goal is to make it to where you do have to kind of have a plan, right? But it's not like chess where you just know, every single move in existence. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, place this pulsar here, and it's gotta connect. I guess orthogonally.
Or diagonally. Yep, just needs to be within one space.
Okay, cool.
Yep, there you go.
Destroy enemy sources that destroy non-dwarfs within one space of your dwarfs. Okay, so you want to have your dwarfs basically pretty close to the enemy, right?
Yeah, your dwarves are your protectors, right? Or your bombs, right? Your landmines, right? You just want to put them, next to pieces that you don't want to lose, right? Because if I were to take any piece that's adjacent to your dwarf, then you would destroy the piece that I used, right? So it'd be a trade. So
Okay. Cool.
So then all you got to do is hit end turn, and you'll be good to go.
Cool.
There you go.
Right.
And this will just, go to discard.
Discard.
So
cool.
I will say, you can do that. It's a little risky. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the if I take the dwarf and only the dwarf, then you lose the I guess the effect, right? However, if you did something like this, if I wanted to go this way and try to get that your dwarf over there, then I would have to sacrifice one of my pieces for 0, right? I get 0 points, and you would get whatever I need, at least 1 point, right?
Okay, yeah, let's do it like that.
No. I mean, that's a valid strategy, though, because, maybe you're trying to get me to build this way, right? Who knows? I've only played this game, a good amount, but the strategy is ever evolving. Anyway, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll just shut up now. All right.
Yeah, I'll take you. Yeah, I'll just go with it.
We'll make things interesting here. So we'll get we'll get an ancient.
Okay.
Right, so unfortunately, I pulled the Hive Mind, which does not do anything right now. But if there were ancients that were out there, it would flip one.
Ancients are all green.
The ancients are the yellow ones, right? And then the Hive Mind will then take whatever this is, and they'll flip it over, turn it to a hive, and the hive will lower the value of every player system right now by 1, but I might make it 0. I don't know yet. And then the hive will go back.
Okay.
So it's a good way. And let they know. That was my ability turn, my Aether turn. So now I was basically a whiff for me. So sad face on my day, but let's just... I actually can't take that piece as much as I want to, so I'm going to just go this way. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do something like that. And that's it.
Okay, so you only get to so once you use all 4 of your Aether, then you'll replenish them?
So if you have all 4 out, you just move whichever one you want.
Okay.
At least I think that's what it says, right?
Can you shoot through the tower, or how does that go?
So good question, great question. So the tower is non-destructible, and it blocks all projectiles, and you can't capture it. So general rule of thumb is if there is a neutral system, which is what the tower is, on the board, that does not have a number at the top, that means you can't destroy it, can't shoot through it. But one thing to note is that when you shoot something, it I'm trying to keep some science into this game. So like one of those things where matter cannot be destroyed. So like if you shoot something, like say I had this Stardust right here and I just shot it over here, it would just stay there at the edge of the universe until I shoot it somewhere else again. You can shoot through diagonally through pieces. So like if I were to shoot this way, it would just go like right here, right? You can also shoot it, if you do shoot it into the tower like this, it would just stay there. If you shoot it back into your own pieces, it'll flip back over to whatever system it was.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever you reconnect any of your asteroids, they'll flip back over and they'll be usable again. So it's always fun.
Okay. Yeah, this guy is stinky.
Yeah, it's crunchy. And the first playthrough of the game is always the hardest. Once you get that first playthrough in, everything kind of clicks.
Gotcha.
So.
Right. Okay, so right now, if I shoot into your zeros and your low numbers, that's not very advantageous to me because I won't score much. But
Right. But first, before you can even shoot, you got to have asteroids. So
okay,
neither of us right now have them. So right now, it's just it's a nice calm game of area control before we just throw a wrench in the wheel.
gotcha. Right. So you can do a double action, which just increases it by X, right?
Yeah. So if you take another one of your Aether, put it right on top of there, you'll draw. You'll look at two, pick one, add to your hand, put the one on the bottom of whatever deck you drew from. We talk about that research ability. But yeah, so the value is always X, and X is always however many Aether are on the card when you activate that card.
Okay. All right, let's go in power. Okay. And then now did my Aether and reveal a constellation. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Or okay, I'll go this one. Then okay, so when you shoot an asteroid, what are you shooting it from? Shooting from the asteroid itself, or?
Yeah, so the asteroids are systems that no longer connect back to your core, and they'll just flip over to their asteroid side. So you need to have one of these icons here, but they have to be on the board.
Okay.
So there is a bit of a setup. However, as the game progresses, if you have set up like a kind of like a thin chain in your galaxy, and I cut through it, then all the systems, like let's say I was able to capture that piece, right? Then these would just flip over, and now you can enact your vengeance on me on future turns by just shooting these asteroids at me, right? So there is a bit of a push and pull, kind of a catch up mechanism that you can utilize.
Crazy. All right. I'll go build you here, and then since I have Empower, no. Since I have, well, okay. So since I went Empower, then it should go up by 1, right?
It goes up by 1 until the end of the turn. Then it'll go back down to 4. So it's just when you place it, though. It's not bad to set that up because now you're making your next Empower that much stronger.
Okay.
So that's what I did, right? So there's no harm in just setting up as later turn, right? So you're investing in that card, you're not getting anything out of it now, but later on it'll be stronger. So you have more use. You can get more uses out of it.
Okay.
So those giants are really powerful too. They increase the power of your asteroids when you shoot them by 1.
Okay.
So they're very strong.
But it's of no use now because we're not shooting anything, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, and then draw cards. I could get either Nexus deck or just the main.
So when you end your turn, you always draw from your main deck.
Okay. Cool. And then in turn?
Yep.
Right.
And then your discard pile is right there.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. I'll go ahead and take my turn, and we'll just we'll keep having some fun here. We'll draw 2 things. All right. So this is either going to increase the power of the systems when we place them down by 1. So it's like an empower for all of us. Or I could play this number 6 one right here, which will increase the power of everything by 1. I'm going to go with the more chaotic route. We'll put this guy right here.
Okay, so it's no longer the demo game, right?
Unless you want it to be, in which case I'll take that back.
No. So what's in the orange bag and the red bag again?
So the orange bag we're not going to play with. That's something that I'm just still testing out. But the red bag is just my pieces.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so I've done that, and I mean these really they're not that complicated. I'm also testing it out, so I haven't said this before. This is still technically a play test.
Okay.
We're still iterating on these systems, so nothing that you see here is the final product, but most of it is pretty much set in stone. And that being said, I will see if we can get into some combat stuff. So let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. So normally when you go to destroy something, the system that you use, and destroying something is either shooting an asteroid into something or basically placing one of your systems on top of one of my systems.
Okay.
Then you'll destroy it. It has to be of greater value, but because we have this modular set right here that's giving everything +1, when you place them down, I can't do something like this. It's not really going to get me anything. It's just going to get me a little bit closer to your core. It's not going to get me any points. But the good news is you also benefit from having that ability as well. That is my turn.
Okay, so once you reach a guy's core, what happens?
If you destroy the core, so if you can place something down on top of it, and the value of whatever you place down is greater than whatever the core is, you win the game.
Ah, okay. Right. X systems from your bag, give it place exactly when. Okay, so as long as you're directly adjacent to me, I can just place stuff right on top of your stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
It didn't have to be as long as I'm adjacent, right? As long as whatever, if your pattern can reach one of my systems, you can also do that. But if you're trying to get the empower ability, then yes. If you want to maximize the benefit of that, you would have to be adjacent.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and try that. Okay, so now I'm increasing by 2.
Yep.
Whatever I place. Okay. Right. There.
Oh, did you have a constellation?
Or
a pattern?
Oh, tripping. All right. Let's go. In these nexus, they're just odd shapes. Is all there are.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to mind map this or something. Yeah, let's just go with something. No? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, let's take that off for now. Yeah, let's go this one. Yeah. Alright, so... Man, how do you turn the cards around just for the sake of...
Yeah, so to rotate them, it's either Q or E.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Right. Yeah, let's go here. So you're saying it's not really smart to start taking over the opponent's tiles, right? Until like the end, or?
I mean, if it's advantageous for you, if there's a system that you want, if you don't if you've got a good base build and you can protect your core, then yeah, I mean, at that point, you want to get points in as much as possible, right? Because once the game ends, once somebody goes to draw a system and they can't, that's it. Game's over.
Okay.
So it's always good to try to get some points in, and try to minimize however many points your opponent gets.
Okay, got to be greater than to build over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
However, we do have this. I'm just testing it out, just seeing what happens. So right now, everything gets a default +1. So if you did want to move that somewhere else, because you're already getting the +1.
Okay. Everything's got a default +1. All right, so.
Yeah. At this, I know it's trying to minimize the confusion there, but for gathering, right? If you don't want to pull from here, you can just pull from your bag, and it just gives you a free system at random, but it has to be adjacent to any other system that you have. So it's a good way to get like a free 5th piece out without having to tie it to your pattern. So if you're trying to fill in the gap somewhere, depending on what the system is, that's an opportunity that you can utilize.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
All right, so just getting one, right?
Yep.
All right, so it's coming out here, right?
So you will then take that piece and you'll put it anywhere that's adjacent to one of your systems.
Okay.
So right now these are just the 4 that you have in your tableau, and that's just like a free bonus piece.
Cool. All right. Okay, got a lot of pulsars. All right. All right, let me just take over this. Okay, first thing I put down is no, it's not anymore. Okay, it is not anymore. Okay, everybody's pieces are +1 right now.
Yeah, when you place them down. So right now, the terms are when you place in active systems. So an active system are systems that are already on the board. They started on the board at the start of your turn.
Okay.
I haven't come up with a one-word term for placing a system down. But when I think of it, that'll be the term that we use. But for the purposes of this, whenever you reveal a pattern card and then you're taking systems to place down, they will not get the benefit of this.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I was still thinking about Empower, but I can't do that. Okay, so it's only when you place, so that's 3 matching a 3. That won't work.
Yeah.
Man, that jacks everything up. Could go Blow. And blow. Alright. So flip that with a Q.
Alright. So now there is another hotkey in this game. So if you hover a stack of systems, if you press U, it'll bring whatever's on the bottom to the top. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to do that for this as well. We'll just take these out. And because you destroyed systems that are adjacent to one of my dwarves, these will also get destroyed. Not a bad thing. Now we'll go into that's just one of the combats in the game, right? So lots of explosions and matter colliding. So that's naturally going to happen in space, right? So what's going to happen now is I'm going to pick one of these systems and I'll score it and give you the one that I did not choose. And then you get to pick one of these to score and then give me the rest.
Now again, you got those, but they were dwarfs though. Destroy enemy systems that destroy non-dwarfs within one space of your dwarfs?
Yeah, they're supposed to be active dwarves, and for this video, this is the last ability that I'm trying to iron out. So
okay, so I mean, you got a dwarf over there, that blue dwarf in your score pile. Now, were you able
Yeah,
to get that, being that it's a dwarf?
so because you destroyed uh, two of my systems
Okay.
that were adjacent to a dwarf,
Okay.
that's why these got destroyed. So these two dwarves wouldn't trigger in that combat. Only this one would, because I'll have to reword it to be, I guess, an
Yeah.
active dwarf to make it less confusing. But yeah, it has to be an active dwarf.
Okay. Cool. All
But
right.
that's
So.
an interesting rule. I'm trying to make it less complicated.
Okay.
But yeah, so I would just get one. You can get one back,
Okay.
and then score the one. That's very valid. And then these will just go back to my bag. And now we get to see the fun begin here. So because these are no longer connected to my core, they're gonna turn to asteroids.
Okay.
All right. And then all you got to do is hit end turn. And all right. So
Y'all have like a few new designer females on the team, right?
What was that?
Y'all have a few new designer ladies on the team now, right?
Nope. It's just me, just solo.
No, but I'm saying, well, what? I mean, not your team specifically, but just Dallas Design Group.
Yeah, I got a few.
Okay.
One of them has been, harping on me to get the get the game moving. So I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
It's moving.
Anyway, it's going. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what I hate there all barrage, and I'm gonna do a defensive barrage. I'm just gonna move this guy back one piece over here. So I'm gonna shoot him back into my cluster of systems, and he'll turn back over into a giant. All right, and I'll take one of my cards, and can't quite reach that spot yet. That's unfortunate. All right, we'll just do this. And we'll go 1. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Cool. It's your turn.
Right. Now, if you build over asteroids, what happens?
When you build over asteroids, same deal. You just however many asteroids you build over, those get removed. The only difference is that they are, well, not really a difference, but whatever side of a token is face up, that's the side that you score. So if you were to destroy this one, you get a point, even though when it's flipped over, it's worth 0 points. So it's actually worth more flipped up.
Okay.
But otherwise, there's no other difference.
I'll gather again.
Okay.
Grab 2.
So you'll reveal 2.
And then I instantly get to place them, right?
You place 1, and then the other one goes back to your bag.
Ah, that blows. Alright. Pulsars. Increase the power of pulsars you place down by 1 for every active pulsar you control. And that's just for placement. Okay, so saying I try to build over your asteroid, is that valid?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Later on, it might be nerfed to has to be a vacant spot, but for now, no. Yep, you can do that. So that is a free point for you.
Okay.
So all you gotta do is press. Yep, there you go. You got
it. All right. So to get rid of this one, do I just put it back in the bag, or?
Which one?
To get rid of the extra.
Okay. It just goes back to the bag.
Cool. All right, which polyomino? Let's play this guy. Tetris. Um. Hmm. Uno. Trace. Yeah, it's not gonna work. All right. Yeah, this way instead.
All right.
And here. And here. Righty. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool.
So we'll see. You will score that.
Oh yeah.
That's 3 points for you. And then these will get removed. Also, that's 2 points for me.
And then, man, and why do those get removed again?
Just the dwarf. Because I had a dwarf right here. Don't worry, I am actively trying to find a better mechanic. But that's the mechanic right now, so I do apologize for that confusion.
Maybe, man, and that's the most like confusing thing going on.
I think so. I mean, that's so all it is because you destroyed systems that were next to the dwarf. The dwarf in retaliation destroyed them back.
Okay, maybe just color it red on the player reference card. I don't know.
Yeah, that could work.
All right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Let me just basically stay away from dwarfs. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that if there's a dwarf nearby, try not to either try to capture that dwarf in the process or steer clear, right? Because they're supposed to be bombs.
Okay.
Anyway, so these two were not connected, so they will flip over to asteroids. Let's see if I can make anything happen.
Now.
So I have
Okay.
now. One giant.
And in astrology, like a dwarf is like a dead star or something, or.
Yeah. It's a dying star.
Okay. It's a bomb. Okay.
Okay, let's go here. Actually, hold on. Yeah, we'll go here. Let's draw a card. Alright, so I'm going to play this. And we're going to move this 1. Put 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to take that at 2. And that's my turn.
Cool. And you got the 2 because
The 1, so the pulsars get +1 for every pulsar that you have on the board. So they get infinitely stronger. So like right now, the next pulsar you place down will get +6, +1, so it'll be an 8 when you place it down. So if you can get to here, which probably won't be that hard, then you just need to be able to get to here and have a pulsar, right? But I see that you only have Stardust right now, so I'm not too worried. But you could always just cycle something out or try to randomly draw one. To try to get that. So
And
It's,
randomly draw one. That's research, right?
that's the gather.
But you have
It's
to
the
place the
eyeball.
first one first, though, right?
Right.
So it
So
couldn't it couldn't
that's the
go
only
on your
downside.
core. Yeah.
If you were here, but you could cycle them out and try to get one here, and then at that, yeah, you're right. And then at that point, once it's in your tableau, you have more control over where it goes.
Okay. Okay, this is cool. How like you only have 4 Aether to work with, so you can't just stack them up infinitely.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
There is that limit.
Okay. Let's go cycle. Let me see what this Stardust does again. Place your active Stardust as if it were in your tableau. One, 2 Stardust out there on the board. Okay, so you're saying Stardust, it has to fit into your constellation though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that often advantageous?
Can be. Did I hit that turn? There you go. It can be. Just really depends. It's a situational thing. Like I did that here. I just wanted to move one of my Stardust over here.
Okay. All right, take me out. I'm gonna put these 4 back in the bag and draw 4, right?
Oh, you're doing the cycle, so
Oh, I can only do one, right? Okay, I can only do one. Okay.
You set it aside, so you just set it right here.
Okay.
Gotcha. And then you draw one. That way you don't risk drawing that same system.
Conflab it. All right.
It's another. Yeah. Stardust is the
most numerous.
Highest populated. Yeah.
Okay.
There's 10 of them in the bag. So it's a third of your bag.
Okay.
So it's also advantageous to get them out onto the field too. That way it doesn't, fill up your bag. But
gotcha.
There's use cases for everything.
Well, wow. Let's go right here.
Oh.
Yeah, I moved your thing somehow. All right.
I think that was there.
Okay. Righty.
All right.
In turn.
Okay. I'm Sal, but probably not for long. So that puts me in a pickle.
Right by the core.
You got 2 giants. Could potentially take one of your giants out.
Plus, I like how you can see what the guy has up next. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I tried to make it a mix of known information and hidden information. This used to be just a no hidden information game, so everybody has a perfect knowledge game.
Okay. But what version are you on now?
This is version 21.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been in development for about 2 years.
Nice.
A little over 2 years, so yeah. All right. I gotta answer that as much as I don't want to, so we'll answer that. That's fine. We'll play this. Guess before I do that, I'll gather. We'll just have some more fun here. So the this number 3 gold tile here increases the number of systems we draw. We just have one extra system. And then the cargo. These are also being tested on. I'm just going to do this one. It's easier.
Hey, did zoography ever come out?
Yeah.
Like a long time ago?
Yeah, they're on like the 2nd or 3rd expansion, I think.
Never got mine. Maybe I don't know. Pledge managers. What do you do?
Good question. But I'm going to put this here. So now, at the end of your turn, it hasn't been fixed in the scripting yet, but you'll draw an extra system. And we'll just do this. We'll go 1. 2, 3.
Nice.
That goes back to your bag. And that's all I can do. These are now asteroids. It is your turn.
Okay, so they're asteroids. They're like, but they're nothing I can place adjacent to and such.
Yeah, so you won't be able to build off of them, but you can shoot them.
Okay.
And these will connect back.
And then as I shoot them, I have to be 1 greater than to destroy, right?
Right.
Okay.
So if you shoot one of these back into your system, then like if you were to shoot this stardust into this pulsar, it'll just stay there, and that will reconnect everything. That's one option.
Draw an additional system at the start of their turn. So we do that now?
At the end of the turn.
Okay, at the end of the turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Draw 8 systems from your bag. Exactly 2 spaces. Okay, so saying that I shot this one at your giant, then what would happen?
So right now, your asteroids would get +1, so it wouldn't be able to destroy the giant just yet.
Okay,
you have 2 giants on your tableau. So if you are able to build those 2 giants out, then on the next turn, right, that will get +3, so it'll be a 4 against a 3.
Yeah, but I've only got 1 giant right now.
It's just a 2 into a 3, so unfortunately wouldn't be able to.
Okay. But could I shoot? I couldn't shoot this Stardust. No, I mean this comet here to make everything connect. I could only shoot this one over here to make everything connect.
Yeah, if you were to shoot this way, right now in the rules, if you were to shoot this way, this would just get destroyed, I guess, by me, and I would score it.
Okay. So I just shoot at my own stuff, and then it'll stop at the adjacent diagonal. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Research. Yeah. Shooting there. 2 into a 1. Flip everything. And flipping is what key? Oh, F naturally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just Stardust. Yeah. All right. Placed down by 1. destroy enemy systems that destroy non-dwarfs within one space. Give me the altered wording for that again.
So I don't have any alternate wording, but active systems, right? So they have to be on the board. So only like if I were to destroy these, or sorry, if you were to destroy any of these, then these systems would be destroyed. But I'm still working on it. But yeah, so if you were to try to destroy these, then those would also be destroyed.
Okay.
The system that you place down.
Okay.
So the easiest way to think of it is it's just a trade. You're trading whatever you place here. You're trading that. Like you're giving me the piece, the potential to capture it, and vice versa.
Okay, but as long as I get the dwarf, then I'm kind of safe.
The trade will still happen, but it will only happen that one time. So that is a perfect move right there.
Okay. Dwarf on dwarf.
Yeah, so the overall strategy is to try to capture the dwarf with minimal loss to your own systems.
Okay, so right now, whatever I place, it's safe, right?
In the current rules, no, but I can be convinced otherwise.
Okay, like as long as I don't trade, then I'm good. Like,
yeah, as long as you don't trade, like as long as you don't capture these, because it's all simultaneous, right? So as long as this is the only thing you try to capture right now, you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, first I gotta place a dealie. And you can't go. Okay, let's say I'm on the edge of the board and I've only got 3 legal spaces I can go or something. That should never happen, though, right?
Yeah, so you'll never be able to place off the edge of the board.
Well, I mean, like, can you ever place less than you possibly can with your Polyomino?
No, but you can still use this card.
Yeah, I can
use
use
them. You got some Stardust here, so if you want, you can move this over here, that or here, okay. And that'll count as one of your 4 spaces. Then all you got to do is put one here and one here.
Okay, so like sometimes you want to save up your good stuff, or
yeah, I mean, another thing you could do because you have a dwarf right here is just put your 2 lowest units there. Because if I want to build out here, A, I'm going to lose whatever that is, and B, you're breaking my entire chain. So I have to build somewhere. So it's putting me in a bad spot. But also, yeah, it's putting you. That's a very good play right there, actually. So I'll let you decide how you want to do that. But that's one option you can do with the Stardust.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I've got more crappy Stardust though. And how many of the 4s are there in the game? The bag, the remnants.
There's 2 in your bag.
Okay. And 3 giants.
There's 2 4s, 3 giants, 6 of the dwarfs, 8 pulsars, and 10 Stardust.
Okay. Yeah. Did you think about putting that on the player reference card too?
I tried. I gotta think about the best way.
Maybe it's like an exponent
I did try
value.
it, but there was the numbers would get confusing because I put the value of that system on as well, and I tried to find like the number, but maybe I just got to do an X10, X8, X6, X4, and X2.
Or just like an exponent value, or maybe in the bottom right or something with parentheses. Yeah. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, who knows? All right, man, do you think I should hold on to these 3 values?
Giants? So the strategy that I take is I try to keep them as far back away from my opponent as possible. I don't want them to be close to the core because that makes them easier to capture. So
okay, all right. In also, that case, I'll start this.
You can do that, but putting a piece here is protected by the dwarf. Actually, you can't do that, can you? My bad.
Yeah, L, right? Oh,
that's a J. If it was an L, you could do that. That's right. That's fine. Yeah, so your options are, you can do it like this, or you can go left, or you can go right.
Yeah, let's go
If
there.
you go right, you got your 2 Stardust here that are protected.
Yeah, it sounds better. All right.
Okay. So you will capture or destroy that. So that's 2 points for you.
So,
And then all of these are gonna.
what?
Yep, because none of them are connected now. So, oh boy.
What the hell?
I was saying to try to do this. That way, you're putting me in a very big pickle because I have to give you stuff in order to reclaim, whatever I have going on here. But
Okay.
keeping that space open makes it a little easier on me. If you want to go easy on me, I'm not going to complain.
Oh yeah, let's keep it like this.
And then the last thing you'll do is you already ended your turn. It's fine. You'll just draw 1 extra.
Oh,
I haven't scripted it yet.
Okay.
So in order to you can to draw something. If you hit the number, that'll work. If you click and drag on the bag, you also pull some stuff out too. So.
Yeah, it didn't work. Okay.
All right. So let's just I guess I have to use this one. Don't want to. Before I do that, draw a card. Ah, there we go. Look at that. All right. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Give me some points, and these will move back over. And that's my turn. So now, another rule: whenever you shuffle your discard pile, you have to take one of your 5 player abilities and flip them over, because as all the matter starts to kind of solidify, core is going to get weaker. So you're going to get weaker as the game progresses. So, and that's, for each player. So I will keep it simple and just flip that one over as much as I don't want to.
Okay, so you say when does that initiate?
Whenever you have no more cards in your deck, you automatically flip your deck over.
Ah, okay. So that's an F.
Yeah.
And then what do you have to flip over?
So you just flip one over. That's fine.
Ah.
Yeah, you get to choose which one you don't want.
All right.
All right. And once they're flipped over, they are going to give your core a -1. However, you can, during your Aether step, cover it. So you don't get that -1.
Ah, cool.
Unfortunately, I don't have that time to do that yet. So it is your turn.
All right. All right. Well, in that case, I can just empower.
If you can, I think you might have the game here.
Yeah, just empower. Then that's a 4. No. 5. Yeah, 5. No. Okay, so that's not it yet.
That's 5. Yeah, you get +1 from here and +1 from here.
So that's a 5 on a 5. That's not enough, though, right?
Nope. Yeah, it's 5 on a 4.
Oh yeah. 5 on a 4. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's cool. It definitely rewards more than one play.
Yep. So as long as you have the constellation, as long as you can build out that constellation, you got it.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. But I can't build over my own stuff, can I?
No, you can't, but you can just rearrange the Stardust.
Oh yeah,
as long
Stardust.
as
Okay.
just as long as the pattern allows it. Yeah. So for that one, you could do something like that'd be a little tricky. You could still swing it though. Also, you have an extra. There you go. So what do you have that? So then.
Oh yeah.
You would go 1, 2, 3. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but that's the first thing you put down. Yeah, it can still work. So you would just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter, but as long as you can, map it out in your head, or both players can map it out in their head. Oh, is it that way?
Yeah.
It goes here. So you would go. Oh, that's a little trickier. It's there. So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe rather I'm gonna flip it again, just because that'll probably be easier.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, there you go. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, yeah. Crazy.
It's definitely a not right. It's a lot.
Oh,
There is some spatial, no pun intended, pattern building that you gotta, kind of mental gymnastics that you gotta implement in this game sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But not all the time. And it gets easier as you kind of figure, understand what the abilities do. Yeah, that's pretty much the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I like it. Definitely would reward more plays, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you want to keep it to just this right here, or did you want to go into some feedback?
Whatever you think is best for the camera, for the people. Or what you want to release for the people, or whatever.
Oh, that's true. We can go into feedback off camera.
Okay, cool. All right, I guess we'll cut it right here. Be on the lookout for Soul Zero coming to a Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble near you.
I'm so lucky.
Oh, yes. Yeah. All right, later, Gator.